everybody. Hello, 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 hello. All right, let me just get a few things finished, settled, and then we will get started. All right, let me turn third screen on so I can set up the control room there. Alrighty, my computer will cooperate. Turn on the third screen, please. There we go. Third screen is turning on. All right. Hang on. It looks like something is touching my touch screen. That's not good. Let's see why is my computer not cooperating. Very annoying. Adobe Illustrator. Computer is not wanting to cooperate today. Come on. There we go. All right, Adobe Illustrator is up. So that should mean if I, all right. Let me pull up the stream on my phone so I can make sure everything's going good, and then we will get started. So since the last stream, I have done some things. I added in all the national rail services that run through Manchester Piccadilly. There's a lot, like a lot. You can see here, I have not, I've color coded all the non-northern services based off of like what the operator's colors are. Problem is, there's so many northern services that I'm gonna have to just pick arbitrary colors for them. Um, So I'm still trying to get. Oh, so that'll be the first thing we do today is just picking colors for all these northern services. Um, and then these letter codes that are on it. Let's see. Let's see if I can get my computer to cooperate. All right. That works. Okay. Let's. Alrighty. So now the first thing is to pick colors. Um, you also notice here that there are some dots next or underneath the stop names. I hello, it's Train Man. but I've done in past transit maps that are not publicly available as they are very early attempts at making a transit map and they are not the best work. But those transit maps, I like to include a little circle to indicate colored circles to indicate bus transfers. That is inspired by, let me go ahead and pull it up. That is inspired by Marta's map. Let me pull it up. Marta map. It's inspired by Marta's map, if it'll pull up for me. Come on, it's load. Right. Let's see, let's download a PDF version. Loading, loading. So for those just joining, I am showing where I've gotten, that's the bus map. That's not what I want. I'm showing where I have got inspiration for putting colored dots underneath station names to indicate bus transfers, or yeah, bus. Bus is British English, and bus is, it's bus in British English too. So if you look here, it'll zoom in. Let's see, zoom in. If you look here on this map, you can see the colored dots underneath the station name. Each dot corresponds to a different bus operator, as you can see here, like that. And I'm doing the same thing with my transit map. Right now, Manchester, uniquely for a British city, has recently sort of nationalized all their bus operators. Whereas the network was originally deregulated, it is now at a point where the Greater Manchester government or Greater Manchester Council is in charge of the buses, and they franchise out operations to different companies. But that means that all buses operate under the Transport for Greater Manchester banner, so most of the time, you're just going to be seeing yellow circles under stop names. There are a few places where they're like intercity coaches or maybe some other operators from other counties. And then in those places, we might see some other colored circles. But now getting on to the first order of business, which is going to be, let's see. Someone just accused me of being AI narration on one of my videos. Uh, yeah, that's fun. Okay, we're gonna start by color selecting for all these purple lines here and these black ones as well, and these yellow ones. Those are all northern services that need to be distinguished from one another because there are a lot of them. Like, oh, as you can see, there's a lot of them. So let's just, let's pick some colors. Actually, yeah, we'll probably select a few of them and then we'll move on to some other stuff to make it more interesting. Being very laggy. Let me select the line. Come on. Adobe Illustrator is being very laggy. Let's see. What's the cause of that problem? Why are we being laggy? All right. Nope, that's the wrong line. All right. I think it doesn't like the fact that I have 3 monitors open. That's probably the cause of this lagginess. There we go. All right. And then these color codes or these codes and the tags are abbreviations of different um, lines and services because the lines aren't named like the overground or the underground. They're just identified by where the train is going and potentially a via route. So I've done more or less the same thing. It's with the line codes here. And the line codes will be spelled out in more detail in the key, but the key will come towards the end of the map making process. Okay. You know what? I'm probably gonna do the colors off camera because that's gonna take a while. So yeah, that'll be a whole process. So we'll do that off camera. So and I'll also do the bus interchanges off camera because that'll also be like a really tedious process that's not fun to watch. Yes, this is Metrolink and National Rail in Greater Manchester. As you can see, there's a lot of National Rail services that run through Manchester Piccadilly. Uh, a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. There's a lot. Um, yes. So let's see, which direction do I want to continue on now? I think we will continue in the south direction. So covering all these national rail services. Yeah, so many national rail services. There's so many. So we're gonna start by going um, south out of Manchester Piccadilly for all these services. Yeah, that's where we're gonna start. So basically, I'm consulting Open Railway Map and the Wikipedia pages that like say where all the different services go, in order to find my in order to you know figure out like where all these services go, what stations do they call at. I'm also consulting the Manchester Metrolink map and Open Railway Map to make sure I've got where the Metrolink services stop correct as well. And then, like I said, I'll go ahead and color code all the northern services as well as add the bus connection dots in later. So let me go ahead and just zoom in and open my map on my second monitor. How many station blocks is Piccadilly? Let me count. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 National Rail services and 4 Metrolink services for a total of 31 uh blobs at Manchester Piccadilly. I think that's the most of any transit, well, not I think that is the most of any transit map I've made. Um, and if you look at my Disney World transit map, I can pull that up really quickly. There are places in Disney World that have a lot as well. That one's got a lot. TTC up here's got like 10, 11. So does Wilderness Lodge. And also, this one's got a lot of gaps. There's a lot of services that don't stop there. But that's getting off topic. Let's get back to Manchester. So heading south out of Manchester Piccadilly, we have I mean, it's just like all the lines run south out of Manchester Piccadilly. Um, Actually, these tags need to be moved out of the way because they're in the way of lines. So we're just gonna slide them over to the right so I know which lines are which. Because yeah, those are in the way of all 27 of these lines. This is insane. All right, what do we want to start with? So I guess the process would be off screen, I tried to organize the services by which direction they go so that when they split, there's not like lines crossing over other lines. It's still going to happen because the services that are running through Manchester Oxford Road are going to have to potentially cross with services that are departing from Manchester Piccadilly, because Manchester Piccadilly has through tracks as well as terminating tracks. So there's still going to be some crossing over, but I tried to eliminate as much of the crossing over as possible by sorting the lines based off of, or the services based off of where they go. So our first service all the way on the right is a whatchamacallit, that's blue. That light blue that is TransPennine Express. That is a TransPennine Express service. I just need to figure out which service it is. I have a notes app pulled up that will tell me which services that is. That is Manchester Piccadilly to Crewe via Manchester. Wait, did I do the colors wrong? Well, that's really unfortunate. It turns out I did the colors in the opposite direction of what it should have been. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and reset the colors. So bear with me as I do that. Get the colors correct. So this is TransPennine Express. Let's set the background to none. So this is TransPennine North. I always want to call it TransPennine, but it is TransPennine, not TransPennine. So we'll do that, and then we will just move this over here, or I'll go back and do the tags. So this is, yeah, let's see the tag. So this is the northern route to, uh, wait, I did do it right. Did I do it right? Wait, something. Okay, I'm confusing myself. Let's see. What has gone wrong? Okay, yeah, because the one on the right is Piccadilly. So the one on the right is correct because that's Piccadilly to York via Wakefield Kirkgate. So that's North Route to York. So that's right. So then where did it go wrong? Where orange one is supposed to be dotted. I looked at the modern Metrolink map, and I think the orange line runs. I think the orange line runs to Etihad Stadium full time now. I'll double check that when I get to that area of the map. 'Cause right now I'm focusing on like the National Rail out of Piccadilly. But yeah, I'll make sure to double check that when I get to that section. Okay, figuring out what went wrong. Uh, let's see. Utterly edge. Utterly edge. Wait, I think I might have deleted a line. That's probably the problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 on the map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 on the list. Okay, this is very weird. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, the Metro. I looked at the MetroLink map on the B Network's website, and it says that the at least from what I remember, the B Network's official map says that the orange line goes all the way to Etihad Stadium full time. Okay, what what did I? Oh, oh, I figured out what I did wrong. Okay, I'm an idiot. The I saw Manchester Piccadilly to Crewe via airport, and I thought, oh yeah, that's a Transmountain Express service. It's not. It's not a Transmountain Express service. It's a Northern service. So that's my fault. I confused myself really badly there. Yeah, that is a Northern service. It is indeed a Northern service. It is not a. It is not. Whoops, wrong color. It is not a TPE service. So the map is correct. I'm going to start on the right over here and start with the routes that diverge off to the east, and we'll work our way across. Actually, let me double check that none of the services that run on the through platforms need to run over to the right. Make sure none of them need to cut over. Let's see. Liverpool Lime Street to Norwich. I think that one cuts over. No, it doesn't, because it's on the far left. So wait, does it? Yeah, because these are organized up here by where they go after Deansgate. So these are not organized where they go at Piccadilly. So I think that West East Midlands Railway service to Norwich, I think it runs across. I'll have to double check the route. Let's see. East Railway. Let's check the route. EMR Regional, and then this is the Liverpool Lime Street to Norwich, Liverpool South Parkway. Okay. Manchester Oxford Road, Manchester Piccadilly, Stockport, and then Sheffield. So let's find Stockport and Sheffield. I'm not the best at Manchester geography, so I do have to consult the map for this. So next stop outside Piccadilly is Stockport, which is there. Then the next stop after Stockport is... Actually, I'll go ahead and pull the map over here so you can see what I'm doing. The next stop after Stockport on the line is Sheffield. Where is Sheffield on the map? Let's see. Sheffield, Sheffield, Sheffield. Where is Sheffield? There's Macclesfield. Actually, wait, I can search for it. Let's search. Sheffield. Alright, so it looks like we are... So the farthest right service, that TPE service, runs up here to Stalybridge and then up to York. So, and then the next one after that is to Alderley Edge. No, wrong way, wrong side. The next one is to Sheffield. So, okay, actually, I will be right back. I'm gonna run to the restroom really quickly. In the meantime, you can enjoy some footage of the Manchester Metrolink, and I will be right back. And we're back. So let's see. We are going. So yeah, the next service, Piccadilly to Sheffield. So that's going to be in parallel to the service, to the EMR service that's coming from the far left of the through services. Next one after that is New Mill Central, which is there. Okay, so then I can see where the EMR service is going to slot in. What about other services? Mm, it's Cleethorpes. Oh, let's see. Where's Cleethorpes? Cleethorpes is the map load. There. Zoom out. All right, so that service is, what's the route for that? Let's look that up. There's that. That is Cool Lime Street to Cleethorpes. Liverpool. South route. All right. Piccadilly, Stockport, Sheffield. Also running that route through Sheffield. Sheffield's already outside Greater Manchester, yeah. Yeah, so Sheffield, by the time it gets to Sheffield, it's already out of Greater Manchester and therefore already out of um, the area that this map will cover. So not my problem. Okay. So, but the first service is the TPE service that runs from Manchester Piccadilly to York via Wakefield Kirkgate. The first stop outside of Manchester Piccadilly is Stalybridge, which is going to be right over. Let me zoom in. Let me zoom in. It's going to be, yeah, so the route is going to be, the train is going to take the diverging route here, run through Ardwick, Ashbury's, Gorton without stopping. The map is not letting me pan. Fairfield without stopping. And it's going to go up here before stopping at Stalybridge. Stalybridge in Greater Manchester? Let's see. Stalybridge is in Greater Manchester. What about Mossley? Yes. Greenfield? Yes. Marsden? No. So Greenfield is the last station before the trains leave Greater Manchester. There's Greenfield, and then after that, that's it. Trains are out of Greater Manchester. So let's start with that TPE service. Let's go back to Illustrate Tour. I'm gonna pull the map up on, oops, on the wrong window. The map back over to the second monitor so I can reference it as I draw out the line. All right, we got our TPE service here. There we go. All right. So it's going to, TPE service is going to curve off to the right. If it'll work, there we go. Curve off to the right, curve off to the right, curve off to the right. There we go, curve off to the right. And then we've got, let's see, trying to figure out how many tram stops are parallel. So I can figure out how long to make this line. Actually, I can go ahead and just draw that out. Uh, yeah. Let's see. Actually, I'll just count it out. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are close. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 before the split. All right. We'll drag it out a little bit more then. Then we'll go ahead and add the station markers for the stations that it skips. Those are Ashbury's, Gorton, and Fairfield. So go ahead and copy this. Copy. There we go. And then we're going to paste it over here. Let's rotate this 90 degrees so it fits. And then drag it. Want it to be there. All right. Let's see. I think I'm going to have to make the text smaller. Probably. Or actually, I can just do this. Rotate 45 degrees. There we go. Move this up. Move it out like that. There we go. Manchester Piccadilly. Alrighty. Manchester Piccadilly. Relabeled. And then so we have Ardwick, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and place the markers, and then I will figure out the spacing later. Let's see. Is that enough spacing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One, two, one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, hang on. Just 1 second. Sorry. All right. So I want to give a these we're now these stations are now kind of in the suburbs ish. So I want to give bigger stop spacing. Okay, for the first, let's see, we'll do one. Let's see, one, two, three, one, two, three, one, two, three. No, one, two, three, one, two, three, one, two, one, two, three, one, two, three, one, two, three, four, one, two, three, one, two, three, one, two, three. So the line needs to go to there. Well, a little bit further, actually. All right. That's probably too far. Maybe not. Let's see. Should be good there. And then it curves up to the north. Up we go to the north. And it meets up with the one of the lines out of Manchester Victoria. So it needs to run all the way up to here. So it needs to run up to one before there, so right there. Right there, and then it curves off. Stops at Stalybridge, and then it continues up north, basically close enough to due north that I'm going to draw it straight up. Mossley and then Greenfield. All right, next we need to add in, and I might change the length of this later depending on how the tram stops spacing works out. So then next we need to add in the curves so it doesn't look like just sharp angles. So I use, if there's only one curve in a segment, I'll use 10 point. Actually, there's going to be other services that curve off, so I'm going to hold off on doing the corners until I see exactly how many services there are that will curve off this way. All right. Next service we have is Northern from Piccadilly to Sheffield. That is the Hope Valley line. So HVS Hope Valley line to Sheffield. Does this one, actually these are not aligned properly. Now they're vertically aligned properly. I'll fix the horizontal alignment when I get to actually placing them. Just gonna go ahead and draw this line out and get the dots in just for reference purposes. It'll paste for me. Hello. Paste. Paste, please. There we go. Oh, that's wide enough for 4. That's why it's wrong. Okay, let's decrease the height to 30. There we go. Oh, whoops. I had it linked. Let's unlink it and then change the height to 30. All right, and then we'll do gap of, let me copy, please. Paste. Do a gap of 3. So 1, 2, 3. It'll be here. And then a gap of 3. Whoops. So it'll be 1, 2, and 3. And then a gap of 2 because they are kind of close together. Whoops. Said paste. There we go. Pasting it. And then we'll do another gap of 3. It'll let me select it. Oh, I pressed the keyboard shortcut. Of course I did. All right, we will select it and then, all right, it's already on the clipboard, so just paste it. And then we'll do a gap of 3 here. 1, 2, and 3. And another gap of 3. All right. Yeah, gap of 3. Mhm. Double checking everything. And then a gap of 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more gaps of 3. So actually we can just copy this. One, 2, and paste it again. All right. And then it curves north. Let's see. I'm probably gonna want to extend or push this out further. So there's a little bit more gap. So we'll push that out. Maybe not that far. Oh, hello. There we go. That should be good. And scrolly, scrolly. Push this out some more as well. Now it's straight. There we go. Perfecto. All right, so now we can place the 4 national rail stations. So that one's good. And then the next one is going to be, need to change my selection mode. The next one is going to be, what about, just put it there. I'll put it there. Then the next one, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Put it there. And the last one, 2 more after that. There we go. Stations are in place. I will, there are going to be more services running through here, so I will, yeah, I'm not going to add the station names with the dot set because there's going to be more that gets added to this, right now, basically. All right, let's see. Next one is, Northern Piccadilly to Sheffield. So that is going to be running, huh. I think I put something in the wrong place. Let's see. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Let me double check where these services run through. Okay. Uh, uh, uh. I got something. I did get something wrong. Yes. So I put our service in the wrong place. Uh, yes, I put a service in the wrong spot. The Manchester Piccadilly to Sheffield service is in the wrong place, unfortunately. So let's see. Rosehill Marple is in the right place. Oh, maybe not. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So what needs to happen? So you just need to do a little rearranging. So select these 3, up and away. This one goes here. Let's come over. Doesn't want to cooperate. And then this one will go there. This one will go here. And this one will go there. Perfection. Alright, because then that's the Glossop line that goes to Hatfield via Glossop, or Hatfield via Glossop. So then this one takes its own route past here, so it goes straight. Alright. So it goes straight, and then the next service is Hope Valley line to Sheffield. Well, let me double check my Hope Valley lines. I just got stuck in the wrong order. So the run that goes via Hyde Central and Woodley is the one that goes via New Mills, one that goes via Rose Hill Marple. So select that. Whoops. Select that, move that to there. And select this. Nope. Select this. Nope. Select this. There we go. And then select this and move it to there. So the Rose Hill Marple one. Rose Hill Marple comes down here. And also runs out here, but decided to diverges down the south, but I'll add that later. The next one, Hope Valley line to Sheffield. So this one comes south. Then after this, after Ashbury's, it then curves down to the south. Same thing with the Hope Valley to, yeah, same thing with the Hope Valley to New Mills Central. What's that? All right, next up we have Avanti West Coast. This is, they have two routes that run from Manchester to Piccadilly, both considered part of their E route. One of them runs via Crewe, one of them runs via Stafford, if I'm getting that correct. Stoke-on-Trent, not Stafford. Yes, one runs via Crewe, one runs via Stoke-on-Trent. The one via Crewe, let's see, what's the route? Let's look up the route. Route E, Stafford, Crewe, Stockport, then Wilmslow, or Wilmslow. Stockport, Where is Stockport? Trying to find Stockport on the map and go ahead and search for it. Alright, it says there. Okay, so Savant's West Coast runs south. Lots of tram stops to be aware of. Hmm, this might actually be easier if I do the tram stuff first. I'm just now realizing that. Yeah, my life is probably gonna be a whole lot easier if I get the tram stuff done first. And then, because the station spacing on the National Rail lines is gonna be much farther than the station stop spacing on the tram. Mostly. Mostly. There's some exceptions to that. But yeah, I should probably work on the tram stuff first. Alright, so let's pull up the tram map over here. Let's zoom in on the map so I can see my station name or stop names. The purple run. It's Etihad campus, evenings only. Alright, first station or first tram stop, we have New Islington. Next stop, we have. It's not in the right place. New Islington, then Holt Town. Not Holt Town, Islington, just Holt Town. Next up is Etihad campus. Which is where Mr. Orange and Mr. Purple terminate. Let's go ahead and get some sickles. Paste my circles. There we go. Rotate 90 degrees. And we can plug them in there. Paste it again. Nope, let's not do that. Copy that so I don't have to rotate it again. Paste it in. Do that. Paste it in. Do that. are not aligned properly. They are, just my eyes being weird. Paste it again. Etihad campus. There we go. And the blue continues solo. Oh, wait. Uh, I see. There's two separate Etihad campuses. I see. Okay. In that case, this can be 1, 2, 3. What just happened? Delete. So then we want to cut this back to here. Cut this back to here. And move these over. We select them in specific select and then move them over. Or not specific select. We select them in general select and then move them over. Which means I'll worry about the mainline stuff later. So I'll come back to that. Mr. Blue Line, you can be extended all the way past here. That Etihad campus. Next station or stop, they're called stops on the Metrolink, not stations. Velo Park. Nope. Paste. Paste. There we go. It's being slow. Etihad campus. This is Velo Park. The next stop is Clayton Hall. Next stop after that is Edge Lane. Actually, I'm gonna change the spacing here again. Oops, there we go. Something is not right with this alignment. Let's fix that. That's right. That's right. I guess it is right. All right, it's just being weird. Right, Clayton Hall and then Edge Lane. And then Edge Lane. Edge Lane. Whoops. Nope. Still not right. There we go. The next stop is Cemetery Road. And the next stop is, pardon me for not having my Metrolink managed. Whole town doesn't have a dash. All right, in that case, Open Railway Map is incorrect. Thank you for pointing that out. I was going based off of Open Railway Map's stop names, and Open Railway Map has it listed with a dash. That probably needs to be changed. Oh, it doesn't. It does not have a dash. I just saw it wrong. Okay. I saw, I guess, like a street. I saw it as a dash. Uh, no dash there. I was gonna say that it would be weird to have a dash there. All right, and then Droylsden. Hopefully I pronounced that right. And Audenshaw, and then the line turns north. Oh, I got it right. Yes! Droylsden. Okay, good to know. All right. Now, if I think will let me paste the next name, that would be fantastic. And Audenshaw, hopefully, once again, that's correct. Audenshaw, there we go. After that, the line curves up to the north. Next stop being Ashton Moss. Oh, oh, okay. Ashton Moss, there's that, and then looking at other things. So Ashton Moss should be about the same height as Manchester Victoria. Nope, same height as that. That should be Shoot Hill Interchange. So we want it to be the same height as Shoot Hill Interchange. So we are going to extend it to there, and then make sure it's at the same height as Shoot Hill Interchange, like that. Up we go. Oh, yep, you're right. I didn't realize cemetery was spelled differently in America versus the UK. That is, yes. Yeah, let me yeah, that's probably right. Yep, OpenRoy map has spelled with an E. Yes. I was not aware of that spelling difference. So let me edit that. Edit, edit, edit. Let me edit. All right, Cemetery Road with an E, not an A. There we go. Thanks for pointing that out. Cemetery Road, Droylsden, Audenshaw, and then the next station or the next stop north, Ashton Moss, is roughly the same latitude as what's it called? Roughly the same latitude as Shoot Hill Interchange. So that's where we will put the dot. Actually, these are not transfer stops, so they do not get the fancy. They instead just get a single dot. They get one dot because they are not transfer stops. There we go. Oop, let me scroll, please. Okay, and then we have Ashton Moss, right? Is my memory correct? That's Ashton Moss. Yes, Ashton Moss. So not a transfer stop. So it only gets a single dot. Let's extend it one dot north. Easier to extend after I add dot in. Dot. Let me add the dot, please. Or let me move the dot into its proper place. That is not. Oh, Let me select it, please. There we go. Okay. And then we need to add a name to the station. So let's copy this over and then change the I forgot what it's called, but oh, the justification. Change the justification. Yes. Change justification to right justified. And slide it on over. Put it down to 1410. Ah, I made a mistake. I did the wrong 430. There we go. And this is Ashton Moss. I said this is Ashton Moss. Nope, not Ashton Mops, Ashton Moss. Next stop. Oh, next tram stop along the line is, let me zoom in so I can see the name. What's the name, please? Ashton West and then Ashton Underline, which is an interchange with National Rail Services. I drank a lot of water before doing this, so I need to run to the restroom. I will be right back. All right, and we're back. Shoot Hill interchange is so not to refer to as Shoot Hill interchange. Copy that. Let's get rid of the interchange. Delete. Oh, there we go. All right, Ashton Moss. Let's see. This needs to go. This line. Yeah. Bus station, tram stop, integrated. All right, that needs to go. Be gone. That also needs to go so it doesn't cause us problems later, because it will. That's how the software rolls. All right, zoom me on out. Oh, okay. If all of the maps listed as just Shoot Hill, I'll just list it as just Shoot Hill. Um, Shoot Hill, Market Street, Piccadilly Gardens, Ashton Moss, right over here. And then, let's see. Take a look at the map and see how I want to do this. So the tram lines out of Victoria go off to the north of the main line. So, oh, obviously the blue one terminates, but then the four that the airport or DB for dark blue terminates at Victoria, but then the green, yellow, beige and pink ones continue on north like that. Mm-mm-mm. Then the main National Rail Services will be up here, coming like that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is bring this up to this level here before sending it over. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, all right, there we go. I guess I can shorten this. So this right here is West Ashton. This right here is Ashton underline, Lynn, line. What's the spelling again? Line. I'm guessing it's line. So, go ahead and we can go ahead and add the station labels. Station labels, if software will work for me. Actually, these can all be moved down. Uh, yeah. And we can copy and paste. So, pasted it twice. No, I did not. It just lagged. Got Ashton West. Paste. And Ashton underline. Obviously, these labels are going to move once I add in the National Rail Services. So this location is just kind of a placeholder for now. All right, so that is the southeast portion of the network, of the Metrolink network done. So now we will move on to the, whoa, something happened. Ah, this blue line gets moved. Let's rectify that. All right, let's see. It's not gonna work the way I wanted it to work. So we will do this. Let me move everything out. There we go. All right, southeast portion of the network complete. Moving on to, or west. No, east. I get east and west confused sometimes. Southeast section of the map done. Moving, or at least Metrolink part of the map. Moving on to northeast section of the Metrolink map. All right, so we have green, yellow, beige, and pink. Let's see. Pink runs to Rochdale Town Center. Pink runs to, yeah, pink runs to, beige runs to Shaw and Crompton. So along the same route as the service to East Didsbury, just stopping, short turning. And then, so that's beige and pink. Beige and pink run towards Rochdale Town Center. And then we have green and yellow. That's yellow goes to Bury and green goes to Altrincham. It goes to Bury as well. No. Yes. Right? Uh, Confusing myself here. Let's check the map. All right, there's Rochdale. Yeah, because then Bury's up here. Yes, that is right. All right. So we have beige and pink that are going to run up to Rochdale Town Center. Or beige short turning, not going all the way to Rochdale Town Center. And then we have yellow and green, which are going to run north to Bury. Let's see. Does Bury have a... Yeah, check that out later. Okay. So leaving Manchester Victoria, there are no intermediate stations. So we can just go ahead and run into here and then north, here and then north, here and then north, here and then north. Actually, before I forget, I'm gonna go ahead and add in curves on the corners. 10-point curve. Once again, we'll add curves on these corners. This will be 10. This will be 1. This will be 10. And this will be 20. Like that. All right, so they run at Irk Valley Junction. Actually, they don't. They'll need to run across. How many National Rail Services stop at? Let's see. Now I need to count up how many National Rail Services stop at Victoria. Uh, let's see. How many services call at or pick at Victoria? Just Northern and TPE. So Northern. What do we got? How many services? Actually, let's just do a Victoria. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 Northern. How many TPE? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 total services run through Manchester, Victoria, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then two more before the split, just to make things easy to read. We have the grand split. So we have pink and beige curve off to the east. And then yellow and green go north. Let's give this a 1-point curve. Give this a 10-point curve. There we go. Go ahead and copy over a 2 wide transfer marker or interchange marker. We're using British English here because this is a British transport network. Oh yeah, I remember Queens Road Station Stop. That's near the Manchester Transport Museum, which I went to when I went to Manchester. Pretty cool place. All right. Queens Road, just north of, put it there. All right, and this is Queens Road. Oh, there we go, Queens Road. With an apostrophe, no apostrophe. No apostrophe. Nope, deleted the wrong thing. No apostrophe. Dang it. No apostrophe. Right? Yes. No apostrophe on Queens Road. And then we have the Rochdale branch. We have the Rochdale branch has a stop at Monsall. If my little transfer marker will paste for me, that would be much obliged. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Actually, looks like we have yeah 3 stops before we turn north. So we can paste and paste, paste and paste. Actually, that's a bad idea. Now they're both in the same location, so that's not a good idea. And also, oh, copy, paste, thus a wrong orientation. That doesn't help. 3, and then paste, transfer marker again. First stop is called Mansal. Second stop is called Central Park. Let me paste, please. Paste. All right. Stop is called Central Park. And the last stop in this little section is called, let's scroll the map, Newton Heath and Moston. And this map I'm making will be used in the Manchester Transport Explained video, which will be coming out at the end of this month. Presumably, most likely, hopefully, it'll come out at the end of the month. And that video will cover all aspects of public transport in Manchester. That's going to be National Rail and Metrolink and buses and coaches. Copy, paste, paste. There we go. Paste it twice. Delete that. Newton Heath and Moston. Gonna make that 2 lines. I need to move this out of the way of the station name. Spelled Newton wrong. There's a Y in there that should not be in there. Go away, Mr. Y. Move the lines back. All right. You can give them their curves here. So 1 point here, 10 points here. That's perfect. All right. The line runs diagonally, right? Just for simplicity, we'll call it north. Yeah, just for the sake of simplicity, we'll call it north. Or do I want to? No, I'm gonna call the first one east and then the second one north. Just make things simple. So we're gonna go ahead and change this. Make it a 0 point, and then we're gonna add one more stop here. Failsworth. What? Paste. I just select all. I just selected all. What did I just do? Let's dock this. Make that go back. Uh, I will fix that later. It's very annoying. Actually, let's. Hmm, deselect. Failsworth is the name. Yes, Failsworth. Really, I think I'm going to end the stream there. So let's take a look at what we've got so far. Metrolink is starting to look more like the Metrolink. Yep. Metrolink looking more like Metrolink. Perfection. Uh, yep, and that'll be it. I don't know when I'll do the next one, or if I'll do a next one. But we'll see. Thanks for watching, and be on the lookout for Manchester Transport Explained at the end of August.